want to talk about this whole thing that came out on Ravi Zacharias. By the way, Ravi Zacharias is a Christian apologist, and he passed away, I believe, at the age of 74 or 75. He passed away in May 2020. And this news came out just the last 48 hours that the allegations that were made against him by some women on sexual misconduct seem to be true based on the initial investigation. And, there's a lot of news on that, and there's a lot of articles written. The investigation is still going on, but they have put out a report based on the information they have collected so far. It's looking more and more likely that the allegations are true, and Ravi Zacharias did engage in questionable sexual misconduct with some of the employees who worked at one of his spas down there in Atlanta that he co-owned with some of his business partners. So to that extent, it seems to be true. Again, this information was put out by none other than his own the organization he started, that is Ravi Zacharias International Ministries. I'm not going to go through all the stuff, that's out there in the report, what he did and what the women said. No, I'm not going to get into that. You can pull it up. It's all out there. You just start to Google it and you can find out all the details. But what I want to focus is on some positive things, the lessons that we can learn from this whole episode, right? That's what I want to focus on, because I don't want to single out anybody. Ravi Zacharias was just another human being, right? And I don't want to make this into Christian bashing, or religion is good or religion is bad, or they're hypocrites or they're not. I don't want to get into this. I just want to focus on what are the positive things that we can learn, because I believe in positive mindset. There are two things I want to highlight here. There are two positive things out of this whole episode. The first one is, now whether you like Ravi Zacharias or not, whether you're a fan of Zacharias or whether you're a religious person or not, it doesn't matter. The fact that his own organization, that is Ravi Zacharias International Ministries, decided to hire a third party and give them a full freedom to do an independent investigation and find out the truth. It shows that they have taken the high road. Yes, there were reports that initially they denied when these women came forward, but it was probably an initial reaction, but very soon they realized that, that's not the right way. And they let this third party to do a complete investigation. Well, the investigation is not complete, but they didn't interfere. And they had this honesty and integrity to admit that their own founder, think about it, that his name, that the institution carries his name. Their own founder made a grave mistake. He was engaging in some kind of misconduct with his own employees. That's a big thing for them. Think about it. It's not like some small financial error or there is one employee misbehaved. No, their own founder did this. And it takes great amount of courage, conviction, and integrity to do this. And we should appreciate that. We should appreciate it. It doesn't matter whether you're a religious person or not. You should appreciate this, because I wish there were more organizations like this. I wish there were more individuals like this who would admit their mistakes when they find out they made something wrong, because that's not the kind of behavior you see in today's society. The tendency is to always lie, reject, double down, spin, right? So that's something, a positive thing in my opinion. I think that's something we should all learn, because nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes. Do we take the same high road and admit our mistakes, or do we double down and reject? I think this Ravi Zacharias International Ministries have shown us the right way. And the second thing is, this is probably the most important lesson in my opinion, is we need to stop this hero worshipping. It's not just with this person. We are human beings. We have this tendency to focus on individuals, but not on their teachings, right? Because it's obvious, I don't know, that's how I guess human minds are wired. We don't want to focus much on the teachings or philosophy or the actual content, because it takes effort, whereas it's much easier to worship an individual. And then what happens is you realize that individuals are individuals. They're all human beings like you and me. We make mistakes. Nobody's perfect, and that's what you see here. We are finding out that even Ravi Zacharias was just a human being, and he wasn't successful in holding himself to the higher standards that he was preaching. So, my friends, let's stay positive. I think we should always try to learn lessons from these episodes instead of trashing people, or instead of turning this into another religious bashing or Christianity bashing or some individual bashing thing. We should ask ourselves, first of all, nobody's perfect. And what's the lesson we can learn? How can we turn this into a positive experience so we can enhance our life? We can move forward in our life. We can learn something more meaningful, so we can do better. We can be more creative. We can be more productive. We can be more useful to this society and build a beautiful future, not just for us, for everybody. Thank you, guys.